Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Xavier Smith, senior from Richardson, Texas. Leads the Stars team with 7 double-doubles on the season. And X, first thing I want to ask you about is that game against Mid-America Christian. That was one of the most gutsy performances I've seen in a long time. You had major contributions in that game. Tell us what went into it.
It was just good preparation. We came in the week knowing that Mackey was a very good team, so we just went there, we prepared very hard, had pretty good practices, was in the gym extra, so when we came out there, we felt confident that we would get the W.
Earlier in the season, you and the team set a record for OCU with 14 blocked shots in the game against Langston. What kind of pride do you take in your ability to be a shot blocker?
Well, I didn't even know we set a record, but that's interesting to know. But, I mean, I take a lot of pride in blocking shots. I mean, that's my thing on defense, so getting a blocked shot, it could do a lot for the defense and spark offense. So, I mean, getting blocked shots is what I do.
You also bring a lot of versatility on offense. You're able to step out behind the three-point line as one of the tallest players on this team. How did you go about developing your offensive game?
Just a lot of hard work in the summertime. Spent a lot of hours on the shooting gun, working. I had a lot of good coaches who taught me good form, and so that's really what it was, just hard work in the off season, and I think it's paying off.
What brought you here to OCU?
Coach V, he's a very good coach. I think the day after I decided I was transferring from Tarleton, he came up to the school, took me out to dinner, and got me a shirt. On my visit, he gave a good visit. So that's really what it was, Coach V. And then the players, the guys I met on my visit, they was very good. I could tell they worked hard. They was good teammates. So, I mean, that's what really was the deciding factor, Coach V and the team.
You have experience on the D2 level and as a member of an Elite 8 team last year. How did that help you translate into playing here at OCU?
I learned a lot last season. Last season when we was in Tarleton and we had a tournament run, we made it to the Elite 8. I learned a lot that season. There's not a lot of guys who could say what I've been through last season. So, I mean, that was a good experience. I learned a lot, and I like teaching the guys, the younger guys, what it was and what we need to do to get to the next level and make another run to the tournament.
What's your major here at OCU?
Criminal justice.
So what career plans do you have following basketball?
I was thinking of following the career steps of my mom. She's a probation officer, and I was looking into doing that, maybe join law enforcement, but those are the two options I'm thinking about right now with my degree.
All right, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Xavier Smith. You can follow the Stars basketball team on OCUsports.com.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to women's basketball coach Bo Overton. The Stars are currently ranked 8th in the NAIA. And, Coach, last week your team's got wins over Mid-America Christian at home and on the road at Southwest Assemblies of God. Recap those wins for us.
Well, just two good wins for our team. You know, MacU came in with a really good record, I think 12-2, 12-1, beating a lot of teams. A team that can really shoot it, you know, out on the perimeter, good guards, puts a lot of pressure on your defense. And I thought that our players had a good plan going into it, executed, and then we made it an issue to really score inside. And I thought that's what our inside people did and got us out to a good lead, and it was a good win for us. They're a good team.
unbeaten in conference play to this point. Is the team where you want them to be at this point in the season?
I think so because, then on Saturday we went to Sagu, who had beat us down there last year. And, we had talked about kind of going into that game that, they make it hard on you to get to the basket. And it was a completely different game than the MACU game. And that's what I've been talking to them about is, we got to be able to play all different kinds, whether it's a speed-up game, a pressure game, a half-court game, which is what it was at Sagu. And at this point of the season, sometimes you get to where you're playing really good fast, but then at half-court you're not. Sometimes you're playing really good in the half-court and you're turning over a lot. So I think right now we're able to play both ways, and we've shown that here in the last couple weeks.
Your team's tops in the country as far as field goal percentage is concerned. How hard is that to maintain, and how do you guys work on finding the shots that you want?
Well, I think that's just the players. I think we put them in a position, and they got to go make plays. And when you have good players like Daniela that can get to the basket, Brooks playing really good inside for us. People are having to guard her. And, she's shooting 60% from the field. And so all of our inside players are getting the ball in the basket. And if they're not, they're getting fouled. Lexus Hill is doing well in there, and she's getting fouled. I think she leads our team in free throw attempts. So I think our inside game sets everything up. That's why our percentage is up there like that. And then all of a sudden, now you got to, you're going to help on all that. Well, now you leave Daniela Galindo, Mariana Duran, Shyla Hammonds, Janae Haig coming off the bench that can get it in the basket. And I think that starting inside really helps those other players get going.
Daniela Wallen right now the leading scorer in the nation, 4 Conference Player of the Week honors, 2 National Player of the Week honors. What's left to be said about Daniela?
I think she's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and have her on our team and let her play the rest of the semester. No, I mean, you can't say any more about her. I mean, I think the thing that sets her apart from a lot of really good players I've been around is she never lets up. I'm the one that kind of has to, to tell, get her off the floor, because if she's on the floor now, she's relentless. She's going to play hard. She's going to play hard on defense. She's going to rebound it. And she's a relentless player at all times. And I think that's why those numbers keep going up and up in her scoring and her rebounds and steals. And she's just a special player. And she's got that it factor. She knows how to finish plays off, which gets you into games and finish games off.
Into the heart of the schedule at this point, as we head toward the middle of January. Look forward to your upcoming schedule, and what are your expectations for this team for the second half of the season?
I think, like I talked to them all week long, is, it's kind of like when you play a half and you have a great half and you're up by 20. It's kind of the same thing of this season, that you get into halftime, you're all right, this score is 0-0. We need to keep executing, we need to keep playing and finish this game out. Well, it's the same thing with the season. It's almost like this season now, we come off of the break, we're a new semester. Now it's like, all right, our record's 0-0. Let's keep getting better, because nobody ever stays the same. Something's going to happen where you drop off a little bit, or things are going to happen where you get better. And I think that's what we have to keep doing, is that climb, keep getting better every day at practice, every game, every week, every month, and see what happens, when March comes.
All right, talking to OCU women's basketball coach Bo Overton. You can follow the Stars on OCUsports.com.